Girl Scouts, Betsy Nichols here, Program Specialist for the Girl Scouts of Minnesota and Wisconsin Lakes and Pines, returning to you from Duluth, Minnesota. This video is part 4 of 4 for the A World of Girls journey, which is also known as the Brownie, It's Your Story, Tell It journey. Before we dive in, let's get started with the Girl Scout promise and law. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. Great. So today is our last installment for the journey, and so I just kind of wanted to tie things up. So just to kind of glance back at the things that we have done, last week we looked at different advertisements and how they relate to us and how they don't relate to us. I redrew that advertisement for the state of Alabama, and I made it about Minnesota because that's where I live. We drew self-portraits that don't necessarily look like us, but they tell a story about us. And we have been reading other stories about girls around the world. So I just wanted to kind of give you a little update about my journey passport. I showed this to you at the beginning of the journey. I had the countries that I've visited, so like Ireland and Canada and Thailand. And then here are some other countries that I have added. So I read the story about the girl who lives in Jordan who uses a mobile library to get her books. So I added Jordan to my passport as well as a book to show that story. And then I added in England because I drink a lot of tea. I like to drink tea in the morning, in the afternoon, any time of day really. So I added England and a cup of tea. So if you have been like me and been updating your passport, that is amazing. If you haven't, why don't you go ahead and just add 1 or 2 more countries. Think of a story that you know and love. It could be a fairy tale, it could be a movie, it could be any story that you love. Try to think of one that takes place in another country. A lot of classic fairy tales take place in European countries over in Europe. So maybe think of one that you really like and add that to your passport. And another way that you can find a country to add to your passport is think about some of the food that you eat. A lot of food comes from a lot of different countries. So that is my journey passport. And so basically what I wanted to inspire you all to do at the end of this journey is I want you to think about, we spent a lot of time learning about other people's stories. We spent some time considering like how our stories are similar and different from each other. So I really want you to seek out someone that you can share that with and share what you have learned over these past couple weeks. So maybe it's someone that you live with, maybe it's someone else in your troop that you can talk to over the phone or over the computer. Maybe it's someone in your family that you don't live with that you can talk to over the phone or the computer. But there's lots of ways for us to share our stories, and right now is a great time to think about all the different ways that we can share our stories. This journey passport is one way that I'm sharing my story by looking at the different countries that I've learned about and the countries that I've visited. The self-portraits that we made last week were a different way to tell our story. And so right now, while our world looks really different from how it might normally look, this is a great time to be creative in how we share our stories and how we relate to the other people around us. It's so exciting to find ways that we are similar, but it's also really exciting to find ways that we are different from other people. So that is what I'm going to leave you with. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope that you share a little bit of your journey with me on our event page on Facebook. So again, I thank you so much, and I am going to close things out with make new friends and a friendship circle. So why don't you sing it with me? Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Bye, Girl Scouts.